Hey, this is Topher.
And Ashley.
And we have 4 wonderful kids.
Gabriel, Ethan, Micah, and Clara.
And they are excited about being here in the JA Youth Group and Kids Avenue program.
I am really blessed to be part of a really long heritage of faith. And so the gospel is something that was always spoken about in my home. I grew up attending a small country church north of Nashville, and the church was actually named for my great-grandfather's family because he donated land to build the church building on. The church had used to meet in his barn. So I am part of a long legacy of faith.
Our story together is a blend of 2 very different backgrounds. And so while Ashley comes from a wonderful heritage and legacy of faith, I come from a non-believing and non-practicing family. I grew up in a household that, while I knew my parents loved me, there was no verbal talk of love, and there was no demonstrative displays really of love. And so when I started going to youth group at 16 years old, there was a man, a youth minister, Scott Lanning, who offered me some Doritos and some Mountain Dew and invited me to Wednesday night youth event. So I came, and when he put his arm around me and he said, "Hey Chris," that's what I went by back then. "Hey Chris, I love you, man. I want you to come back." It meant something because he said he loved me, and he began showing that at all times consistently. And I started to realize I had a God who loved me unconditionally. And that changed the direction of my life. And we are blessed to blend these stories. The best spiritual advice I've ever been given came from a 96-year-old man. This was when I was a youth minister at Millview Church of Christ, and Claude Beard walked up to me one day, and he said, at that time I was Topher, he said, "Topher, I just want to tell you I love you." And then he followed it up with, "You make sure to tell everybody you know that you love them too." And I want to tell you, when you say it, and when you mean it, and when you show it, it has an impact on your heart, and it helps your heart truly to love people. It also impacts their lives.
A really thought-provoking thing that my grandmother said to me when I had very small children. I'm a homemaking and homeschooling mom of 4, and all my boys were very little. I don't think my daughter had been born yet. And she was speaking about what the boys might be when they grow up, and she said something about, "Wouldn't it be wonderful that you have the opportunity to raise 3 elders?" And I had never really thought about that before, but I loved the kingdom mindset that my grandmother had. I really love women's ministry. I love working with women and young women, teenage girls, to encourage them to be the very best that they can be in the Lord's kingdom, to find the ways that they can serve the Lord, to encourage them to persevere and to grow in His kingdom.
What I'm most passionate about in my service as God is seeking and save the lost, whether they are 9 or 99. It is a wonderful experience to reach into someone's life with God's Spirit breathing into their soul and giving them life, helping them find the Lord's way, helping them find a better life like people have helped me to find. What am I most excited about being part of the JA family? Besides the amazing potlucks that I hear about and all the wonderful cooks that I've already experienced, what I'm most excited about is being in a family that wants to be so inclusive, wants us to be involved, but it's not just us as ministers. When we step into the doors and there are other visitors, they are every bit as important as we are in y'all's eyes. And that's so exciting that you guys reach into the lives of others and welcome them in. And we are excited to be part of that welcoming nature.
I'm excited that we're adding to our family as we make and build relationships here to be part of that global church family. And I'm excited for my children, for the relationships that they're going to form here. I'm excited to see just to see the potential in the youth group and to see just the sweet kids that are down there. It's going to be a really great learning and growing and relationship building opportunity.